Hello, love. Woo, I'm excited this week. We are in the challenge. I know I have a free challenge going on right now. And if you're in it, I know you're loving it. I am too. I love the challenges. I only do, I think this is my fourth one this year. I usually do between 3 to 4 a year. And it's a week with me, and they're amazing. And on top of that, that's when we open. And so we opened our membership, Transform Boss, to the public today. And I'm so excited because we are going to welcome in a bunch of new ladies who are ready to lose weight for the very last time. And you can go to jointransformboss.com and get all of the information. I want to, in this episode, a couple things. We're going to talk about breaking the cycle of dieting and why diets don't work and what to do about it. I also want to talk about why I'm different. I do get this question a lot of like, Shannon, why do you do this? What's the thing, right? Because I've had a long financial services career. It's been successful and I've loved it. And, why a coach? Why this? And I'll give you the short story. Short story is I too, like many of you who are listening, really, I don't even know if struggled, if there's a powerful enough word, but this dieting, diet culture, diet trauma, I lived for 38 years of my life. This constant not feeling good enough, constant not liking my body, not liking the way that I looked, not liking, always worried, when I walked into a room, oh, am I thin enough? Oh, I'm too fat. Oh, I better cover up. I better get behind in the pictures. Thinking, when is my next meal? When am I going to eat? What am I going to eat? All the things. Just so much. I mean, I did all the things. I mean, everything, literally everything, because it was just such a constant feeling of shame and hopelessness. I felt so much shame about my body, about what I looked like. I kept telling myself, Shannon, you're so smart. Why can't you figure this out? Like, what is wrong with you? I remember thinking, like, you have so many amazing things in your life, and yet you're eating, a bag of M&Ms. I don't mean like the individual size of M&Ms. And like, why? Like, what is happening? And I remember just feeling so much shame about it. I mean, shame. I mean, I felt shame from the world we live in too, right? I mean, I've been made fun of. I've been bullied. I've been thought of as less because I carried extra weight, all the things. And so I do this because I stood in a Weight Watchers parking lot. And I walked out of that meeting feeling the things. I gained weight. I felt like a failure, all the things. And I made this decision in a Weight Watchers parking lot that I was done, that I was not going to diet, and that I was going to figure this out, that I was going to learn how to do something different, and that there had to be a different way. And I knew that it wasn't in an external thing. I knew it wasn't in a diet plan, a food plan, a this plan, a pill, a potion, a shake, a weight loss surgery. I'd already done that. And I gained weight. And I mean, I lost weight and then I, put most of it back on. So I knew that wasn't the answer either. I didn't want a temporary solution to a problem that was internal. I knew that it started with what I was thinking. I knew that I needed to do some healing. I needed to heal from the inside out. And it started with what I was thinking. And then I started doing research and I found coaching and I became a coach and I loved coaching. I always loved it in the business world. And then I learned how to do it in life coaching. And I learned how my thoughts created my feelings, and my feelings were driving everything I was doing or not doing. That is why I'm different. This is why Transform Boss is different. It is different because I use tools that are simple and doable. I have an array of things to help women who come from different challenges and different lives. I also have walked the walk. I have lived in the shame. I have lived in the doubt. I have lived in putting a wall between me and all the other humans because I felt so much shame. I have done it. I have lived it. And then I have lived the other side. I have now been in maintenance for many, many years, and I have learned how to have acceptance for me, for my body, how to have love for it, how to go through all the life's ups and downs and know how to come back to myself. I have done this healing journey that I believe I will be on for the rest of my life. I get coached. I have a coach. I get coached. This is why Transform Boss is different. It is different because I have learned a different way. There are no diets, there are no food plans, no exercise plans. There is just support and tools that are science backed, that I have done all the research. I have tested it all myself. That is why we are different. I watch my clients, I watch them have success. I watch where they're having challenges, and we put in guardrails. And when ladies are struggling, they have plenty of places that they can go and get support and get help. And so if you're ready to get off the diet roller coaster, maybe you're not even ready. Maybe you're like, I don't know, Shan, I'm a little scared. I'm a little fearful. Don't worry, my love. Sometimes you're going to need my voice before you can develop the voice that you got this. Sometimes you need to hear my voice so that I can tell you that you can do it. You can, and I know you can. I believe in you. Sometimes you need my voice before you can develop that voice in yourself. That's what I want to help you do. I want to help you develop that voice inside of yourself that says, I can do this. I am doing this. Even when I fail, even when I have challenges, I know what to do next. So, how many diets have you tried? I know, right? How many diets have you tried? I know, I've tried them all, right? And look, I believe that most folks who are creating the diets and doing the things, they have good intentions. I do mostly believe that, right? I do. The doctors are out there trying to find the solution because they know how much pain and how much pain people are in. I just know for me, it didn't work. I had to really understand what the diet roller coaster was. I think about this because I had to understand, like, what was it? Like, what was the diet roller coaster? Why was I dieting? And why were these methods that were supposed to be the new greatest thing? Why weren't they working? And, I want to define what I believe the diet roller coaster is. And it is this losing and gaining of weight through restriction and binging and overeating. And it is the all in or all out. It's this kind of up and down of it all. It's the yo-yo of it all. See, diets in whatever form, again, it can be lots of different things. It can be food plans, cutting food groups, pills, weight loss surgery. They work for the short term, but because you've not fixed like the mental part of it, the thinking part of it, the feeling part of it, the cause of it, not understanding your own body enough and how it works and the physical parts of it, not knowing how to feel your feelings, you will figure out how to eat all the things and gain the weight back. You will, because this is what happens. And this is what happens with any of it. Weight loss surgery, yes, it makes your stomach smaller. And then you realize like, oh, but I can eat all day. You start, your mind's like, because your mind is so powerful, it needs the fix. It needs the comfort. It needs for most of you who've been on the diet roller coaster, your comfort comes from food. That's how your coping mechanisms. That's how I learned how to cope. And so even though I had diets or weight loss or all the things, it took away the thing that was my coping mechanism. So I just figured out how to get around it eventually. See, this is what happens. So if you don't fix the core issue, the thing that is like, and it's not one, it's many, and you don't have tools and support while you're going through this healing journey, this healing process, you'll just gain the weight back. And again, I've watched this so many times. I can't even, and I always have hope. I see a friend or someone I care about, and they're like, Shannon, I did this thing and they lost the weight and they feel so good. And I'm like, yes. And my hope is that it works. And 1% of the time it does. 1%. 1%. I know. I'm going for more than that. I want ladies who come with me to really heal that relationship so that they can not only lose whatever weight they want to lose, but they also can feel better and do it in a way that they can always do. See, why I believe, here are my thoughts on why I don't think diets or any form or fashion of it work long term is because they feed into our want and desire, our primitive brain, of a quick fix in our impulsive brain. They mostly are restrictive. And so they're cutting something out. And again, you're cutting food groups, or you're cutting things, or, you can't eat foods because it'll make you nauseous or sick, or, like if you've had weight loss surgery, right? You can't eat certain food groups, right? So then the thing, like for me, you have to reduce your sugar when you first have the surgery, because if you don't, you'll get sick. So the thing that used to comfort me, which was the cookie and the cupcakes and all the sugar, I didn't have anymore. And so again, eventually I figured out just eat a little bit, but eat it all day. So again, over time, your body, your mind, which is so powerful, starts figuring it out. A lot of times they're very time consuming. You got to do all these things. You got to change your lifestyle. It doesn't fit in your lifestyle. Like when I started this work and I started doing this work, I would say my days are full. Morning, noon, and night. I needed something that fit in my lifestyle. I didn't want to change my lifestyle. I didn't want to go out and have to do all this food. Like some of you are meal preppers. Bless you. I've never successfully done it. It's just, I don't have time. I don't want to. That's the more important. I don't want to on a Sunday spend 5 hours prepping for the week. I don't. I need something different. And so I had to learn how to fit this into my lifestyle so that it would work for me. See, that's why I don't think most diets work, right? They can be very time consuming. They can be very restrictive, and they don't meet you where you are today. Oh, I think about this too with exercise, right? Like, you see these things like go run 5 miles. I don't know, whatever the thing is. Or you hire a personal trainer. If you've ever hired a personal trainer, you know what I'm talking about. You get someone who's in like uber great shape, and your first session with them, they're like, go push harder, and you're like, I can't. And you feel so much shame too. Oh, I can't even tell you. It's hard for me to step into a gym to this day, really. It's one of those things that's on my list, like to overcome the shame of it. I can, but I have a lot of shame around it because for so long, I felt like I didn't belong there. I felt so much shame about the gym. And so again, it doesn't meet you where you are, right? It's like, okay, like I've been eating Big Macs and chocolate shakes and French fries, and then tomorrow I'm just going to have greens and protein. I don't know. It doesn't work long term, right? And so meeting yourself where you're at is so important. And I think it focuses on short-term wins instead of long-term change. And so it doesn't focus on healing. It focuses on the short term. Like you can lose this much weight and then you'll feel better. But I want you to ask yourself this question. Okay. Have you ever lost weight? You've lost it. You're feeling pretty good. And still it wasn't good enough. Still you had loose skin, or you had this, or you had that, or you needed 10 more pounds, just 10 more pounds. And you hung on to that 10 more pounds until you started to gain the weight back. And now you're 50 pounds heavy and you're like, I wish I was back there, right? We always want to go back there, back to some old diet that worked, some old size that we used to be. And so what happens is it's focused on these short-term wins, but because you don't have the mental tools, or you haven't worked on the healing part, the healing of the relationship with food, or the healing of the relationship with yourself, you don't know how to fail and take the next best action. You're still focused on the pounds. You're still focused on that scale instead of how you feel and how you think. Because of that, it's not causing this long-lasting, this is who I am now. It's not creating that next version of yourself. And I think ultimately it's just the lack of real mental work and change. Changing what you believe about yourself, your capabilities, healing your relationship with food, healing and understanding what really does comfort you, what does really bring you joy, understanding that negative emotion is negative emotion. It doesn't mean anything's gone wrong, even if something's gone wrong. It just means like, oh, this is where I'm at. This is what's going on. And allowing yourself to feel that negative emotion without taking negative action on yourself. Diets are missing all of that. I see things now too, where they're like, we have coaches, but I've done research with some of my coach friends, and they're not, I would say they're not real trained in real coaching. They have like little scripts, So I'm a real coach. I've been coaching for 29 years. I've coached, I don't even know, thousands of so many women. And I really do understand how to believe new things and the process that it takes to heal your relationship. So here's my take on what to do. One, you have to keep it simple. This whole thought, I'm going to change everything about myself. I'm going to change all the things. I'm going to be perfect tomorrow. There is no perfection. You just have to keep it simple. It needs to be one or two simple steps that you keep building on as you become the next version of yourself. Number two, do not, I need you to hear this one. Oh my gosh. I just need you to hear this one. Do not do anything. I know I made this real personal today. Usually I stand up, but today I just want to be with you and me. Do not do anything that you are not willing to do for the rest of your life. If you are not willing to be on keto and cut out all the carbs for the rest of your life, don't do it. If you're not willing to keep doing the weight loss surgeries over and over and over again for every time you stretch out your whatever it is, if you're not willing to do it for the rest of your life, I want you to really think about it. See, my program, what I teach, are tools so that you can do this for the rest of your life. You learn how to lose weight eating a pizza, eating ice cream, and going into your natural, beautiful body that has hunger and fullness. And I know, all the things out there saying, oh, you don't have that anymore. Your metabolism's broken, all the things. Well, I got lots of proof that that's not true. I got lots of proof from lots of ladies who do this process, who lose weight, who eat all the things and know how to also heal their relationship with food and with themselves so that they can change what they believe and what they think so they can have long lasting results. Number three, get support. I think we just think we want to do it by ourselves and we don't have support and we don't see, I think about this in our community and Transform Boss, ladies are supporting each other, they're sharing their challenges. And even if someone's a lurker, because I've seen this many times actually, where they're like lurkers for years actually, and they're having like success, but what they're getting from the community, how they're the people who love to share their challenges or their successes, they're being inspired and learning from all of that. So you need support. And doing this, you've done this. I always say, if I'm left to my own brain by myself, it's not good. It's not good, ladies. Oh my gosh, it's not good. I need help. I need support. And so the third is get support. So one, keep it simple. Two, don't do anything that you are not willing to do for the rest of your life. And three, get support. That's it. I know. And if you're ready to break the cycle and lose weight for the last time, come join us in Transform, where women learn how to lose the mental weight so they can lose the physical weight for the last time. We close on October 23rd for the rest of the 2023. I know I'm going to love these ladies up. I can't wait. Our welcome call is on October 25th. Go to jointransformboss.com to join us. I'll see you on the inside, my love. Bye for now.